gets a little bit stranger. But Greg and Mike laugh in the face of the danger of getting the facts right. It's just a matter of making you laugh. The Sunday Papers Podcast.
Read all about it. Read all about it. Sunday Papers coming to you live. Coast to coast, New York, L.A., and all the fly states in between.
I just turned off my AC. My audio should be better, although it is beautiful weather. I was in Boston, and now I'm in New York.
Seeing the daughters.
Seeing the daughters.
I love it. You know, at a certain point, I cannot remember my parents visiting me. They came to Boston twice, and that was it.
My mom was there once and then graduation, and my dad dropped me off when I was so hungover, and I was really jaded because I had been in 3 years of boarding school, so I had already done 3 years of dorm rooms, so I showed up with like a giant duffel bag, and that's it. And I think I might not even have put a sheet on the bed and passed out. He left me kind of disgusted, and then I didn't unpack, and I wanted to and then my roommate arrived from Nashua, New Hampshire, the biggest square in the world. So excited, like had his name on soap dishes and had like a toothbrush holder. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I was like, yeah, I got to go. And then I went down because Dudley and Pete were in Miles Standish Hall, which was in Kenmore Square, about 2 miles away. And I don't think I came back till the next day.
Yeah. My first night, my mom dropped me off. I had my father's army duffel bag. That was it. One duffel bag. Checked in, met our buddy Dan Brickner, who I just stayed with down in Philly, who's still one of our closest friends. Yep. And met him the first night and went out and snorted crank until 6 o'clock in the morning. And I have a picture of all the kids on my floor who were all nerds propping me up as I'm passed out at like 7 o'clock in the morning and taking a picture.
Oh, no. That's amazing. So at Northeastern, all right, so here's the thing. Olivia, I had to rent a car. I rented a car, and she's like, yeah, we put all our stuff in storage. So I was like, okay, so now we're planning out the day of how we're going to do the move-in. It's Northeastern. It's crazy. By the way, met John Tobin, your buddy,
nice,
from Northeastern. We had a quick meet. He goes Northeastern is furious at the Red Sox. Okay, so move-in day, it's all over. Just if you're on Instagram or TikTok, I think it's move-in day Boston. Like it's legendary, and then all the streets become a giant free whatchamacallit. All the desks are out there, the chairs are out there, and like a flea market basically. And so Tobin said Northeastern's furious because Red Sox held a day game on move-in day.
Oh, no, they didn't.
Fenway Park is on Northeastern's campus between BU, literally sandwiched between BU and Northeastern. So all the parking spots, it's a disaster, predictably. So anyway, here's Olivia. Ready for this?
I remember hearing that 200,000 kids all show up on the same day, on move-in day.
It's insanity. Like it doesn't work. And now you're going to do this day game. You know, it's insane. So, all right, here we go. So she goes, we have some stuff to pick up. She's like, you'll be so proud, Dad. I might have had too much of an effect on her. When I say she looted the hotel we were in, she probably took 16 glasses. She would pick them up outside of doors, walking down the hallway. She's like, I got all our glasses. Like I heard her talking to her roommate. I got all our glasses. And then the hotel we were staying in had La Labo, but they had big, like I guess half a quart or something.
What's La Labo?
La Labo is this high end like shampoo, conditioner, moisturizer, hand soap, body wash. So all of a sudden we're leaving, and I pick up my bag. I'm like, how is my bag so heavy? She's like, I got some Lalabos. I'm like, how did you get Lalabos? Because they're so big. It's not like the individuals.
Yeah.
These are not meant to take. Like they refill these or whatever. She's like, oh no, I found the closet in the hallway. So I'm like, please tell me you didn't take the pillowcases and the sheets. So hold on. Then she goes, all right, so we have to go to the storage. And then I got a TV for $40 on Facebook Marketplace. And then I got a dresser. I'm like, great. So she doesn't know Boston too well. Probably has never really, she's only going in a sophomore year. So I have a car. I'm like, great. Okay. I go, so where is self-storage? She's like, it begins with a B. I think it's right nearby. I'm like, oh, great. Like Brighton, because that's where we're going to just find furniture on the street, which she also did. She found her mattress. Not her mattress. She found her, bed frame, all that stuff.
Let me guess.
Street.
Bedford?
Brockton.
Home of marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Oh, and what's his name? Rocky Marciano.
Yeah.
But Brockton is like, I don't know. But put it this way. It took an hour to get there. We get off the exit in Brockton and there's a self-storage. I'm like, oh, wow. I go, Olivia, this wasn't worth it. She's like, no, that's not it. It's further. Like, it wasn't even the first self-storage in Brockton.
Yeah.
And then I have the map up now because I have to remind myself. I'm like, okay, we're in Brockton. And I'm like, okay, where's the TV? She's like, Quincy. I'm like,
no. Well, it's on the way back.
It is on the way back. You're right. But I'm like, did you get anything in Boston? Okay. So this is the best thing. She finds a mattress. I'm like, did you get a used? She's like, no, this girl, she only had a 1 year. She's like a lost. Anyway, I'm like,
she was a whore though.
Right, exactly. I'm like, where's the mattress? She's like, the North End. And I'm like, okay, how North End? The North End's like pretty like charming as hell. You want to know what's charming? Because the streets are tiny. So she goes, this is all true. Okay. She goes, I don't know. So we go to the North End and I go, this, for the listeners, this is the street next to the one. There is an Italian festival.
Oh,
the Feast of something, the Feast of something Catholic. All the street is totally closed and mobbed with people eating like Zeppelis and all that shit. Okay. This
is rivaling your last weekend where you were at the Oasis concert in Toronto.
Oh, by the way, everyone went to town on Rogers Stadium. Like, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Everyone is screaming about. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the street that we had to pull up. Look, you can't pull into the street. The cars are all there. Hold on. Then I get to it. It was on the top floor of this. You can see how tight that is?
Oh, wow.
A mattress.
Damn. How does anybody get a dresser upstairs?
I'm like, is she paying you to pick up this mattress? Because
right.
the girl was moving that day.
Yeah.
And then, you ready? This is it. This is the final. Outside, here it is. Outside, we have the mattress. Hold on. And while we're trying to load the car, a parade comes into our car. Look, here she is. A parade walks right at us on the one-way street. You couldn't write that. Like, that's over the top.
Were
That's
they playing an
unbelievable.
Oasis song?
Yeah, that's what they should have been playing. Exactly.
That's fucking hilarious. Meanwhile, every street corner in Boston has dressers and mattresses.
Oh, I know. Oh, wait, she just texted. I'm going to call her and see if she picks up. We'll ask her how she's doing.
All right.
I'm on the podcast. You're on with Greg. You want to say hi?
Hi, Greg.
Can't hear. You got it on speaker?
Turn
it up.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. Wait, can you say that again, Olivia?
Hi, Greg.
Hey, how was the parade? I heard you guys went to a fun parade.
How was Greg's asking, how was the parade when we were picking up your mattress?
Oh, my God. That was terrifying.
Now, you picked up a mattress from an Italian girl. How are you going to get all the hair off of it?
All right, here's Greg's joke because she can't hear you, Greg. Greg said you got the, he thinks you got the mattress from an Italian girl, and he said, how are you going to get all the hair off of it?
Well,
Good for you. She did not laugh.
well, I was gonna say she might have been Jewish, but I don't think that changes anything.
Okay, you just made it worse. Now there's 2 populations offended. Have you gotten any more free stuff? I was telling him all about also the self-storage in Brockton and the other cities we went to.
Yeah, no, nothing more free. I don't think. I'm trying to, maybe I'll walk around tomorrow or something, but yeah, we're needing more
And
stuff.
I also told him how you looted the entire hotel.
Oh yeah, so much soap.
Oh.
And we have so many glasses.
So many glasses.
And jam.
Oh, also jams. All the little jams that are literally 1 inch high, like a lot of them.
Did you?
I have like maybe 15.
How much did you tip the maid?
We did leave a tip for the maid. I felt bad.
Okay.
She has no skin in the game, though. All right, we're going to let you go, Olivia. I'll call you after this.
All right, love you.
All right, love you. Bye. Anyway, what a character.
Well,
I might have done too well a job. Yeah.
Very
yeah.
nice. And I'm glad John Tobin's going to, anything she needs from Northeastern, he will make it happen.
Oh, I know. I was half expecting him being like, wait, you don't have to, because when I sat with him, of course, my usual, same with Oasis, I didn't have the tickets to the Red Sox game yet, and it was starting in like 20 minutes. I thought he would literally be like, because he told me he took you to the top of the Green Monster.
Yeah, we were sitting literally our hands on top of the Green Monster.
As I'm sitting there, I'm like, so we get tickets, like $20. By the way, I love how much standing room there is in Fenway, like $10 tickets.
Yeah. Right. Well, you know, the Yankees do that now, too. They've got, when we were in Yankee Stadium last month, they have a thing called Pinstripe something day, and you show up, and for $20, you get a hot dog, a drink, and standing room. It's
amazing.
Just like to get New Yorkers in, you know? So Owen went up there with his friend and first of all, the train, he's on the Upper West Side. He's up on like 125th Street. He gets on the train there, 3 stops, and you are literally 100 yards from the stadium.
Wow.
And then $20 to get in and watch a game.
I'm glad New York did that because Fenway, I mean, it's on our campus. We walk over, and then, it's called what's it called? I should know the name, but it's the bar that's in the wall of the outfield.
Right.
And is it called the dugout? Anyway, I expected, they're like, hey, make reservations. Walked right in.
Yeah.
A stool looking out onto the field, and then the bar empties because of the game. I'm like, I would just come here.
It's out in right field, right? You're looking in from
That's
right
exactly
field.
right.
Yeah. Me and John went there before.
Amazing.
Anyway, my house is in disarray. We've got mice. We talked about it last week. I set up 10 mouse traps, cheese, peanut butter, pieces of meat.
You put more out for them than when you have guests. When I went over your house, it was barely a piece of bologna or something.
Nothing. Not a fucking bite. And 2 of them got licked clean. And these are the most sensitive little traps. These little fuckers are so smart. And then the pipe bursts under the sink and floods the hole underneath of the cabinets. And then the garbage disposal dies. And then 2 homeless guys set up outside of our door with shopping carts, stolen bicycles, garbage bags, crates, fucking mile high. So it took me 2 days to get them moved on.
How did you get them moved on?
Don't worry about it. You know people, things happen.
But you come out in the morning, they're all covered in rat traps.
That's right. Same machine.
By the way, I think I know who's eating your cheese and meat that you're putting on and picking it clean.
They are sharp. These homeless are getting sharp.
Yeah.
Unhoused.
That's right. Good save.
Great time down in La Jolla. I was at the La Jolla Comedy Store this past weekend. We sold out 4 out of the 5 shows. Thanks for coming out. And amazing crowds. Had a good throwout. 2 women in the front row that were shit-faced and were ruining everybody's set. Guess who opened for me?
What?
Nicole Buchanan.
Oh, I love Nicole.
She was so fucking good. She was killing it every show.
She's a voice in the room. She can, of course, write standard jokes, but she'll be like, she'll just come up with an angle and you're like, God damn it. How did I not and it's very, she lives closer to outside the box, than anyone else in the room.
Yeah.
And it's great. That's such a great thing to have in a room.
Yeah. So, and she was a great hang. So anyway, she got fucked over by these two women. So I got up and I just melted them down. I just started shitting on them. And I had the crowd hating on them. And then I just fucking gave a little nod to the bouncer and they took him out, took a fucking cancerous tumor out of a tit. It was beautiful.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they got out in the lobby and they were starting a fight with the bouncers. And apparently, the manager got an email at 2:30 in the morning, one run-on sentence with bad grammar. Still drunk. But, dude, I got to tell you, La Jolla is one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's the northern part of San Diego. And,
it's legendary. The caves, everything about it is unbelievable. The caves,
the whole backdrop of the beach is a sheer kind of an orange rock wall. And the waves famously roll in really slow, great body surfing, beautiful sand. And we were at this one beach. Oh, my God. I'm not exaggerating when I say that 90% of the people on the beach were females between the ages of 21 and 30. And
wow.
It was all ass. Every one of them had a thong. And I'm sitting there with my wife and my niece, and I got on the sunglasses and I'm just looking straight ahead. But it doesn't matter. It's not like I have to turn my head to see anything because it was a panorama. It was crazy.
And you have to keep the towel on your lap the whole time?
Towel on the lap, and my eyes were strained. I had to go to the optometrist the next day. My eyes
Hands
were
under the towel. It's disgusting.
Jesus, but good time. Good time in La Jolla.
That's great. And now you're heading to Vermont.
Heading to Vermont on Saturday. We're going up there. It's going to be Mary Fitz, Tom O'Neill, the author of Chaos.
I
The
know. I
Dunskies,
wish
the
I could
Malloys.
go.
I know. Why you can't go because of the Emmys? Is that it?
Yeah, it's the only in-person week. I gotta head back.
Dude, I just got 6 bars of chocolate mushrooms. And
oh wow!
The weather looks like it's going to be real nice. High 60s.
I don't know. Maybe. Oh yeah. Oh, also, I was gonna try to talk you into going to Oasis at the Rose Bowl. I had a thought about Oasis. Because a lot of people are like, it's the Taylor Swift for old white guys and all that. And in part it is. So I think what it is, they're great, of course, but it's this starvation for a communal experience, right?
Right.
And of course you could say that about Taylor Swift maybe, right? All the singing alongs and they're losing their minds disproportionately. Same thing with Oasis. It's disproportionate. It's not, the songs are just unbelievably catchy and great. But this is my theory. It's the nostalgia play I've further articulated to be the two brothers are basically like cavemen who we just thawed. They got frozen in the 90s and we've thawed them and they're exactly what we want. They're still in the 90s. They're still with the swagger and the fuck that and fuck this and fuck Coldplay, fuck Blur, we're the fucking best. And there's not one new song in the concert. It's exactly what you want. It's like, yes, give me those guys. And you know what? All 80,000 of us will barely pull out our phones and we're just going to be in it. Just like you guys want. Because last time you looked out, there were no phones in the audience either.
Did they tell the audience not to pull out their phones?
They didn't even say it, but I'm telling you, everyone, of course they're out because you're seeing footage, but really not that much. Like U2, when I saw them in the Rose Bowl, Dickie took me to U2, they had a comment. He had to say, listen, we have cameras.
Yeah.
And please try to be in the moment. Like Bono like pleaded with the crowd.
Yeah. Well, Tedeschi Trucks, I feel like there weren't a lot of cameras out.
No, I don't think so either. But you can see Oasis, the crowd is bouncing.
Yeah.
And U2, it wasn't like, like it was during even like, we saw the Joshua Tree concert. And when he runs out, like that whole used to be a throng. The whole audience would be like, I got to run, like I want to run. And so anyway, that's my theory is these two cavemen have been thawed and it's exactly what we want.
Well, that's why I just can't wait for the fight and the end of the tour. There's no way they're finishing this tour.
They're hugging more. I saw the Giant Stadium footage and he's getting like nicer. He's saying nicer things.
Did you see when I think it was Jay-Z was at the Glastonbury Festival, which is their home turf, and they were fucking booing him, and so he started singing Champagne Supernova.
Yeah,
and the crowd all started singing along with him, and then the rest of the concert he killed.
Yeah, but I think he was making fun of them a little bit.
Oh,
but
totally.
Yeah.
He was doing it really.
Oh
whiny.
yeah, it was a legendary thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So when is that? I thought that was this Sunday.
It's Saturday and Sunday.
This Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we'll be away. All right, let's get to it. Our logo this week comes from Jane S,
Nice.
who I think is ghosting us. She was like the biggest fan of the show. She literally sent us 75 logos for the show. Used to email all the time. Used to come to my shows. Came to one of my shows with her friend dressed as Blondie and Hagar the Horrible. Biggest fans. They're gone. They left us.
Who left us?
Jane S. and her friend.
Well, so she's back? Is that the news?
No, this is an old. I dug up an old logo because I remembered that we had one from Ellen. And I found it in one of my Jane S. folders.
I can't believe you did that. You can't find anything.
You have no idea the organization that I have for this show.
I think everyone listening has a very good idea of the organization.
I have every song that's ever been on the show. I have every logo. I have every comic that we've ever used, all in different folders. I have every script that we've ever used.
Greg, when we were doing the mugs or something, you asked like which one? I'm like, I think we should use that one. You're like, all right, let me find it. Maybe 2 weeks later, you found the wrong one. Then you would you couldn't find it. You had no idea.
It's all gotten better. I hired an intern and we did it all by with AI. It's all better now.
Are we sure Jane's okay?
Yeah, Jane, give us a shout out. Let us know you're okay. Let us know if you still love us. We miss you.
Jane, I'm less concerned. That seems like Greg's asking if you're okay with us. I'm asking if you're okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that too. Our song this week is from Emmett Hall. Great one. Love
Emmett
it.
Constantly kills it.
And then corrections. Rob Solieri says, holy shit, in typical Fitz fact fashion, you two correct the Ted Williams mistake and immediately create a new mistake saying he was in the Korean War when in fact it was World War II.
We corrected that.
Christ, Mike, even read the years he was in. 44 is not WW2. Is WW2 not the Korean War?
Right.
Okay. Rob, guess what? Ted Williams was such a badass. He flew in both wars. He did missions in both wars.
Did he
How
really?
How insane is that? Yes.
That's why I blurred it. Yeah.
And I found this thing. Somebody sent me this old clip because we were talking about Ted Williams. I was a writer on The Man Show when it was Joe Rogan and Doug Stanhope. And we did a sketch where I got rolled out on a dolly as frozen Ted Williams and cursed at them. It is on the internet. Just Google search frozen Ted Williams Man Show, Greg Fitzsimmons. It's really fucking funny. I forgot how funny it was. And then
I want to see that.
This guy Rick goes, Mike should be ashamed he blew so many Ted Williams facts.
I agree.
He was a Marine and Navy aviator. Okay. What
I
did we
said
say?
he was an amazing pilot. Go ahead.
He was so talented that he trained pilots in WW2 before he was in combat. He flew jets in combat in Korea. John Glenn flew with him and said he was the best wingman he ever flew with. He landed a disabled plane that he was told to ditch on its belly. He walked away and played that year. In addition to being a veteran, a great fighter pilot, one of the best baseball players ever, he was a world-class fisherman.
I said that.
The world will never see someone like him.
I maybe didn't say world class, but I know he was incredibly into fishing.
Steve Blackwood said in the August 31st logo, you and Mike are not ICE agents, but National Guard as opposed to ICE. I doubt too many guards are happy to be there. Yeah, it seems like the ICE guys are happy to be there and the guards are not.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of these ICE guys were, working at Kroger's the week before. And I don't believe ICE agents are trained in any way. I think as long as you look like a maniac, they give you a uniform.
I'm in the East Village, and I'm on 9th Street, and there's a bar downstairs called The Immigrant, and my little joke is that there's no ice in the drinks.
There you go.
Yeah, it's solid. They liked it.
Tour dates coming up. Denver Comedy Works, September 18th through 20, one of the best clubs in the country. Connecticut at Comic, September 26th and 27th is another club in the country. Fairbanks, I'm going to be doing a few clubs October 1st through the 4th. Vegas at Brad Garrett's. LA, we're doing the Best Buddies benefit October 30th at the Comedy Store. Mike Gibbons will be performing a 5-minute set.
Where?
Chicago,
Wait, when? What is this?
The Best Buddies benefit. You do it all the time, October 30th.
I love it. I'm in, and Tobin's involved with them.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Chicago at the Den Theater, November 8th. Then I'll be at Skankfest in New Orleans, San Fran at the Punchline. A bunch of new dates. Go to fitzdog.com for tickets. Now let's go to the front page.
Wait, hold on. One John Tobin, he shared some stories with me. Some I can tell, some I can't. So this kind of sports stories and stuff. So one was, though, public. I told him, because he worked at Fenway in 85 and 86 as a vendor.
No shit.
And I'm like, what years? Because I remember, and here come the corrections, but I remember the year that Mattingly and Boggs were neck and neck going into the final games of the season, a doubleheader, and for the batting title. And Boggs sat out that fucking pussy. And Mattingly went, and even some of the Red Sox fans rooting for Mattingly just because he did the stand-up thing. And like Ted, you don't do that in Ted Williams' house. Ted Williams also was encouraged by everybody to sit out when he was going to hold on to his over 400 record. And I think that might have been a doubleheader. Anyway, Ted Williams raised it to 406 on the last day of the season by not sitting out. He went up and did so well. So anyway.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, you can preserve it in case you blow it. You'd lower your batting average.
I see. So you're betting against yourself by sitting out.
Well, you're
betting that you wouldn't have hit above your average on that
I guess
day.
you are betting that. Yeah. So anyway, but I told him, I'm like, also during those years, when I was at BU, it's a weird thing, I admit, but I loved Oil Can Boyd, who was the biggest character. So I went to every home game that Oil Can Boyd pitched. So anyway, he goes, do you remember that scandal? John goes, do you remember that scandal when he got in trouble? It was like, I don't know how they got it, but it was all these VHS tapes. Maybe he left them at the hotel, whatever it was. Oil Can Boyd got in trouble for all these VHS tapes, or he kept them and was being fined for them, and they were all porn. And
no way.
And the Herald printed all the titles, because that would be a typical thing the Herald would do, and piling on Oil Can Boyd. And they were all like, I don't think Saving Private Ryan was that yet, but like Saving Ryan's Privates, all the puns on porn titles. And he goes that, who was the famous, not Mike Barnacle, Shaughnessy was the writer. And Shaughnessy, I guess, gave a name for the scandal, and he called it was the Cannes Film Festival. for Oil Can Boyd. That's so great.
Dude, he used to smoke crack. Like in 86, he was supposed to pitch in the World Series in 86, and they wouldn't put him in. He was too drunk.
And then the fog in Cleveland delayed a game, and I think and of course they'd reprint all this. He famously said that's what you get for building a stadium so close to the ocean. So yeah, he was a legend. Okay, let's get into it. Do you have paper?
Let me see.
I can do a piece of paper. Here we go. Oh, you got one. You're gonna do it?
Yeah, I can get one. Hold on.
Oh, that'd be good. Look at this. Look how high tech we are. We don't even have a piece
guess
of
where I'm
paper.
getting my paper from. There you go. From the notebook, the Sunday
Look at
paper
that.
notebook.
You know, I never got a hat. I got to get one. Hurry up. It's getting dark here. Once it gets dark, I don't have lights. Oh, it's going to be dark by the end. Oh, let's move it along.
Last month in Florida, Department of Transportation began removing rainbow crosswalks, Black History road murals, and other street art after it updated its guidelines to prohibit non-uniform traffic control devices such as pavement markings. A rainbow crosswalk created in Orlando as part of a memorial for the 49 people fatally shot at the Pulse LGBTQ. Jeez, I forgot it was 49.
No.
Damn.
So by the way, you know, I worked that day on what I will very loosely call the Gay Super Bowl, which is the Tony Awards. So many people thought the Tony Awards would be canceled. First of all, because it was such a huge tragedy. And then anyway, James Corden was the host. We opened the show. We had to address it. Like it was really, we handled it very beautifully. Oh, but amazing thing, and I might have said this before, but it's actually very poignant, is that was the year Hamilton won everything. Hamilton runs out to whatever street it is, 73rd or whatever, right by the Beacon Theater, and re-rehearses. They had to do it on the street because they couldn't get the stage. Re-rehearsed their big number because they removed all the guns, all the muskets.
Oh.
And they're like, how do we do it? So we just have to gesture and like all this stuff. One of James's music cues, which was the 1776, or it was 1786, whatever, the French Revolution. I know I'm slaughtering everything right now. But one of the music cues was triggered by a gunshot. They had to remove that gunshot. Like it was a whole quick turnaround, but it was very cool.
Wait a minute. Did the backup dancers on Broadway also act gay as a tribute to the shooting?
They might have turned it up a notch, a skosh.
So they painted over it, and then the next day, protesters gathered at the crosswalk to repaint it with multicolored sidewalk chalk, and they continued to turn up to re-chalk the crosswalk after rain washed it away almost every day. That's God. That's God talking. Transportation officials.
Just show me a sign. Okay, just show me another. Okay, show me another. I guess. All right.
Transportation officials repainted it again, and Orlando police are now patrolling it 24/7. I would think the redneck would like the crosswalks painted up so they know where to speed up.
This is my theory. I think they should, not my idea, I guess. They should pour oil all over that street. So when it rains, you know how that all of a sudden it looks like a rainbow? You know, when oil is floating on top of the water?
Yeah.
And the light hits it. You see a rainbow. That'll get them.
I like it. That's good.
And then all the rednecks will wipe out as soon as they hit it.
There's a gay bar in Venice called the Rooster Fish, and they painted the speed bump rainbow across the street from that. And I swear to God, I ride my bike over that bump. Every time my ass hurts. Like the seat goes right up my ass every time I hit that bump.
All right, here's my brilliant idea. If you want to drive the homophobes crazy, gays should change their flag to black with 2 yellow lines down the center. So then every street would be the gay flag.
Oh.
See what I mean?
Yep. Okay, hold on. I'm texting.
You're putting that in your act, the bike seat up your ass?
On a podcast.
Greg's taking a note, everybody. He's jotting something down.
All right, so let's get to. Did I have it? All right, let's get to another Florida story. Is this Florida Man? This is a very Florida episode. I have
two Florida Man stories. We can save one for next week.
No, let's just do it. Let's call this the Florida
No,
episode.
because you put in a Texas Man story.
Oh, right. Florida plans to become the first state to eliminate vaccine mandates. Surgeon General Joseph Ladapo, who announced the decision, cast current requirements in schools and elsewhere as immoral intrusions on people's rights to hamper parents' ability to make health decisions for their children. People have a right to make their own decisions, informed decisions. Is that an informed decision? People don't have the right to tell you what to put in your body. Take it away from... Yeah, really? You don't have the right to tell somebody what to put into their body? But like a baby? Don't you have the right to force them to keep a baby in their body?
There you go.
Florida's move, a significant departure from decades of public policy and research that has shown vaccines to be safe and the most effective way to stop the spread of communicable diseases, especially among school children, is a notable embrace of the Trump administration's agenda led by Robert F. Kennedy. Also, kids in the playground no longer allowed to do the circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I got my cootie shot. You can't do that. That's a suspension.
I think this will fix Florida. This will be perfect. I think they had a big meeting down there, and they're like, listen, guys, how do we make Florida more Florida? And this was the number one suggestion.
Yeah. They did it. No more autism. There goes our Florida Man segment. This is going to really put a dent in it.
I want them to undo, like, they don't have a helmet law, but how about this? No more seatbelts, Florida. How dare someone tell you what to do? How dare I want them to outlaw children's car seats.
Right.
How dare someone tell you how to strap your child into a car?
Right. Just look at all the motorcyclists up in Sturgis who don't wear helmets. I think it's all about freedom.
And I think stores should be able to sell rancid meat. I don't inspect any. How dare you infringe on the right of a restaurant owner and say his freezer's not cold enough for the fish?
Right.
Get rid of all the regulation.
So now I guess the only thing kids are allowed to do now to protect themselves from disease is not kiss their skanky parents on the lips.
That'll help.
Now,
do you know that's the number one cause of type 1 herpes or whatever it's called, herpes 1?
What?
So when I got a test, like whatever it was, ages ago, for STDs and all that stuff, they're like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait, why don't you test? It was like a huge exhaustive list. And I'm like, why don't you test for herpes 1? And the woman just flat out goes, because everyone has it. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, everybody has it. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you don't know about it? And I'm like, no. And anyway, I go home and I Google more about it. One of, I guess, and maybe the number one, but one of the ways you get it is every adult who kisses a baby gives them herpes 1, which is the one that like rarely rears its ugly head, but you have it. And it's type 1 or whatever, herpes 1, I guess, or something.
64%.
Someone write in your corrections. I'm sure I got it wrong.
64% of people globally have herpes type 1.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think, by the way, and it might be much higher than that, like in America or something. Or
I think a lot of babies get it coming out of their mother's vagina.
I don't think that's the right one.
No, it's true.
I think it's because politicians kiss babies when they are making the rounds.
Oh, right.
Dirty Republican politicians.
Well, now all the kids have to worry about is school shootings, meth addiction, and Chuck E. Cheese.
All right, Taco Bell reconsiders AI. Dickie sent us this story. They're reconsidering AI to use at drive-thrus after a customer ordered 18,000 cups of water. That's 18 with 3 zeros after it. Taco Bell is mulling over its use of AI after 500 drive-thru locations across the U.S. Oh, that's where they had it. After customers complained about glitches, the flaws came to notice after a video of a customer who ordered 18,000 cups of water. I actually think AI considered this and was like, yes, diarrhea is dehydrating. This tracks.
Yeah, napkins and water. You can have as many napkins as you want and as much water as you want.
Yeah.
They should be giving out, instead of napkins in your bag, you should get toilet paper.
Diapers.
Here's the thing I never really get is Taco Bell's slogan, and I'm not making this up. If you are very young, you won't know this. Their slogan was literally Taco Bell, run for the border.
Yep.
It's more like run for the bathroom. But
Yeah.
what does that even mean? Did they mean, is it Mexicans running towards our border from Mexico, or are they running away from us towards the border? Is it us running for the Mexican border? What did they mean by that?
I know. I have no idea. I think my guess is it was run to Mexico.
Yeah.
In
I
spirit.
guess so.
Run
Yeah.
to Mexican food.
Well, maybe ICE can start using this slogan themselves.
Yeah. Run away from us. That's what we should be telling them. Run away from ICE.
My housekeeper just got here, and I said, "How are you?" And she said, "I'm still here." And then she cried a little bit. Nice.
And that's when you called ICE.
That is when I just said, "Do we have ice in the refrigerator?" Let's get to the ethical question.
Paper Crinkle, what are you doing here? There you go. All right, ethical question. Here we go. You ready?
Let's do it.
I picked this for you because it doesn't have to be alcohol. But anyway, here it is. My brother's an unpleasant drunk. Can I cut him off? And he goes, life feels too short to keep walking on eggshells around him. I could read some of the description. Some of it's interesting.
Wait, so this guy's saying his brother's an alcoholic and wants to cut him out of his life?
Yes.
Well, I mean, if you talk to, I went to Al-Anon meeting. My father was an alcoholic, and I used to go to Al-Anon meetings back in Boston. And one of the first things you learn is that you have the right to have boundaries in your life, and if somebody has a disease that's affecting you, kind of the best thing you can do for them is to cut them off and to cut them out of your life. So I think this guy absolutely does.
I love it. Get this. In the article, one of the details, we are in our 60s and 70s.
No, then you can't cut him out. No, at that point, you got to.
Oh.
He's not quitting in the 60s, 70s. No.
And he goes, why keep putting up with this? Since that night, I've largely severed contact. So it was a night where the guy wanted to drive his brother's electric car. The drunk wanted to drive the electric car of the brother writing this. And he did, but then he couldn't drive it on the way home because he was too drunk. So his wife drove it while he sat in the back, and he quickly became abusive, leaning forward, shouting foul language, and physically interfering with her. If she hadn't been there, I would have put him out to walk home.
Now, I was kidding when I said if he's 60, you got to stick him around. No, you got to have boundaries. You can't have that. I have friends that I've cut out of my life because of their drinking. I have one friend who is lost everything. He had businesses in all over New England. He was very successful. Lost his wife, lost his kids, lost his home, was living in his car. And he'll call me sometimes 5 times a day. And I don't take his call for the most part because it's really hard for me. Like coming from an alcoholic family, like it's very hard for me to listen to somebody drunk on the phone who can be abusive towards me. He can say nasty shit to me. And so I try to take his call once in a while just to make sure that, I'm there for him in some level. But no, it's your right to protect your own sanity.
All righty. Nice answer.
All right, let's get to entertainment.
There you go.
The Los Angeles woman known as the Ketamine Queen pleaded
Royalty.
guilty Wednesday to 5 federal counts in connection with the fatal overdose of Friends actor Matthew Perry in 2023. Jasveen Sangha, 42, pleaded guilty to 1 count of maintaining a drug-involved premise, 3 counts of distributing of ketamine, and 1 count of distribution of ketamine, resulting in death.
Oh.
Sangha faces a maximum prison sentence of 65 years. Perry was found face down in the heated end of his pool at his Los Angeles home in 2023. He was 54 years old.
I thought he was in the hot tub.
And they said here that she is going to be locked in a cell, strapped down, and forced to watch Friends in a loop for 65 years.
That's harsh.
That's hard.
That's like Guantanamo.
And then when you die, you go to hell, where I think they play Friends nonstop in hell.
On the stand, she downplayed her relationship with Perry, and they cross-examined her. It's like, but he was a friend? She's like, well, I don't think that's... Are you denying he was a friend? Well, I mean, I can't... She has to watch that she doesn't libel herself.
Yes, right. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
Let's make America Florida.
Here we go. All right, which one should we do today? Let's do the first one.
Okay.
It's already been referenced. Police body cam footage released this week show the arrest of a Chuck E. Cheese mascot in July in Tallahassee, Florida. Get him, a police officer can be heard saying upon spotting Chuck E. Cheese inside the arcade. According to the body cam footage that went viral, the mascot was then placed in handcuffs, at which point he was told to not cause a scene. That's easy. I mean, that's what he's paid to do, and to stop resisting. Officers were referring to Jernell Jones, who has felony charges for using a stolen credit card, among other charges. Spectators appeared stunned as they watched the mascot being placed in handcuffs, with one officer explaining to a bystander, "He's a criminal." "Would y'all put Mickey Mouse in handcuffs?" one seemingly upset woman demanded. An officer said, "We got to do our job, ma'am." And then Chuck E. Cheese mascot was taken outside to a police car.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would say he was resisting a lot more than arrest in his life. He's resisting sobriety, a marriage, permanent housing.
Yeah. It's a horrible alibi when you say, no. I play with kids all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep me from playing with the kids. Why arrest him in public? Just set a giant trap with an American Express card on the trigger.
He should show up to court in the Chuck E. Cheese mouse outfit and be like, "Your Honor, I don't think it's much of a stretch. It was entrapment. I mean, I think, just look at me." Yeah.
Well, he's not going to be in there long. We got mice, and they get in and out of the house. That guy is going to be through those bars.
Sounds like he might escape in your case.
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
All right, so we're going to skip this next one?
Yeah, we're going right to Make America Texas.
Let's make America Texas.
I love it.
You can read it.
You want me? A man is facing murder charge over his friend's death after Texas authorities allege the two men took turns shooting at each other.
Yeah.
Sean O'Donnell, 46, was arrested last week after his friend was shot in the head at O'Donnell's residence. Deputies first responded to the home and found an adult male with a gunshot wound to the head. The man, Aaron Prout, was taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries. According to Gonzalez, the incident was first believed to be a suicide, but things weren't adding up. Prout and O'Donnell allegedly put on a Kevlar helmet and took turns shooting at each other with a rifle.
A rifle!
Inside O'Donnell's home. O'Donnell was charged on Thursday with a count of murder in Prout's death. Nice.
Jesus, dude, you're my friend. If I ever end up living in Texas, will you come and shoot me in the head?
I mean, let's say it even worked. The impact alone.
Yeah.
Even if it prevents the bullet from penetrating.
Right.
That's insane.
I mean, they were in Dallas, so maybe it was one of those magic bullets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, go ahead.
We had my nephew Rowan, who was almost a Navy SEAL. He trained with them for like a year, and then he got caught. He got tossed in the 11th hour. Anyway, so I had a BB gun, and we were in the backyard, and we were taking turns shooting each other in the ass with it to see who would say chicken first.
Okay.
And then we were throwing a Coke can in the air and shooting it. And then I got a text from my next door neighbor saying, "Do you have a BB gun?" along with a photo of their child's window with smashed glass and a BB hole. He's fucking 30 years old. I'm 59.
Oh my God. I think before they started this game, they asked the question like, "Hey, what could go right?" My quick story, which I told years ago, maybe when I was a guest on your podcast before Sunday Papers, but so Jeff Brown, my roommate, who you know very well from BU, he had crazy cousins, right, in Jersey, and they were known throughout the family. Those are the crazy boys, right? So one time, the parent of the dad of the crazy boys had Jeff's dad watch them. So Jeff's dad's watching the crazy boys, and they were like animals, like wild animals with all this energy, and they were young. So he goes, he just put them in the garage, and he looked around, and he's like, all right, there's no way I think they can hurt themselves in here. So he put them in the garage for a while. So when he went out, it got a little too quiet. He went out and checked on them. When he found them, he walked in and he immediately saw blood on the floor. And then he saw both of them laying down. And he's like, what is going on? And he walked up and they had darts coming out of their legs and torsos and arms. And he's like, what the hell is... And so they had one of those cheap dartboards with tons of plastic darts.
Yeah.
And so the boys, when they got bored, they're like, hey, let's play a game. And he's like, why are the darts still in you? And he goes, and the kid goes to him. He's like, that's how you can tell who wins. So what they did was they split up the darts and then they just ran around the garage trying to hide behind things, whizzing darts at each other. And when all the darts were in them, they would count who had more darts in them.
So it's like paintball, except you keep throwing them at the person after they've been hit.
But no headwear, no protective goggles, nothing.
That was my first thought, is how easily they could have lost an eye.
Oh,
holy shit.
Immediately off to the emergency room to get them tetanus shots. Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right, let's get to some sports.
Sports, you got it. Okay. It is 6 p.m. on Thursday.
Don't give me any scores.
In New York.
No scores.
Osaka is playing at 7, so it hasn't started.
Okay.
Anyway, this is old news, so we might seem like buffoons because now it's Sunday when you're listening to this. But I placed bets. So I've watched, I didn't really know Osaka. I never really watched her play tennis till this week. And I know her whole story, mental illness break, and then she took a break to have a kid. She is going through opponents and with a smile and destroying them. So if you bet $10 on her, you win 37. So I put $100 on her to win the tournament.
Nice.
And then, and then Djokovic, I think if you bet 100, you win like 700 or 800, something like that. But Rabi did, I then told Rabi about it. So Rabi has done I have it here. Rabi has done a parlay. He took Osaka and Djokovic, and $100 wins you. Hold on, let me find the number. What were you going to say about Osaka?
Well, first of all, she was ranked number 1 for a while, for like a year or two, and she's already won 2 U.S. Opens. She is hitting the ball deep. She's keeping her opponents way back at the baseline. She's probably got the strongest serve in tennis. The only thing that's been holding her back, well, besides she had a fucking kid, which I don't know why women do that in professional tennis. They rarely come back from it.
Billie Jean King didn't have one. Martina Navratilova didn't have one. They're not wrecking their little money. They're not wrecking their moneymaker.
Chrissy Everett had kids and she came back. Serena had kids and came back, which is really amazing when you think about what you're asking. You know, the typical male player, if he, you know, twists his ankle, it's a big fucking deal, and it's all they can talk about is he had this injury. How about carrying a human life, gaining 40 fucking pounds, and then having to breastfeed, like, and then come back to the sport after that? It's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
So she's back, and she was doing too much. She was the highest. I think she still has the highest endorsements of any player female player of any sport in the world. And the problem is, it's her handlers. Her father, she's got another one of these fucking father managers who's also her coach, and he's got her doing fucking 8 hours
Osaka
of training
does?
a day. Yeah.
Still, even after the mental health break?
No, now she does. Now she's got a different coach. But he was the one that pushed her into, all right, let's take on 12 sponsors where you got to shoot commercials, meet a bunch of fucking corporate douchebags when you should be sleeping or, you know, relaxing. And it just drove her over the edge. And so she's back. She's talking about not thinking about winning, but just thinking about process. And she's not slamming her rackets like she used to. She used to really beat herself up when she'd lose a point. So I see her. I could see her going all the way.
There's another story, and I should know the name, and I know we drive our listeners crazy. But she's the one that has a fascinating story that led up to Wimbledon, and then she made it to the Wimbledon finals. She took a break. I think the same thing. She took a break. Because of all this pressure, because she was this phenom when she was young. And then she was disappointing, I guess, not my words, but this article I read. And then she came back, made it to the finals, but lost. Her name is
Anisimova?
Anisimova.
Yeah.
She lost 6-0, 6-0 in Wimbledon.
Yeah.
And it was the most disappointing thing ever. Like, it was she just beat the woman who beat her 6-0, 6-0.
Right.
She just beat her in the U.S. Open.
Yeah. No, she took some mental health time. She went off and she fucking surfed, and she got it together. She looked, so we got a really good chance of American women's tennis is so strong right now.
Here's the problem.
Gauff, Coco I think is ranked number 2 in the world, but she got knocked out in the 16. So
no, by Osaka.
Oh, right.
Obliterated her.
Yeah.
We were watching it, and I go to Olivia. I go, I think Coco might be, like, hurt. Like, she can't do anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the problem, Greg. Osaka in 1 hour is playing Anisimova in the semifinals. So,
it's gonna be...
all right, listen. Here's the only thing that's exciting for you Sunday listeners is if Djokovic is still alive and is playing the finals in a few hours, and Osaka has already won, then your $100 bet wins you $2,400.
If Djokovic wins?
Yes, that's the parlay that Rabia
Djokovic
and I
is not
took.
winning. There's zero chance Djokovic is winning.
Well, according to $2,400, there is a chance.
Yeah, 24-1.
No,
No, he's 7-1. If 100 pays 7, he's 7-1 odds. So
I don't
no,
think I'm believing any of your odds.
Sinner is going to be in the finals with
Djokovic is looking very good, I have to say.
What's his
Fritz?
name?
He dismantled Fritz. Fritz
Yeah.
really took care of himself by not getting a first serve in.
Yeah.
All right, let's move it on. What are we doing? This day in
Let's
history?
do some this day in history.
Here it goes. Okay, Greg. On this day, I don't know how they know the exact day, but, well, I guess it was signed document. On this day, Spanish settlers laid claim to what became Los Angeles. What day do you think Spanish settlers, I guess, claimed, the word was claimed, Los Angeles, give or take 50 years?
Oh, come on. I don't even know what century this is.
Well, I'm giving you 50 years plus or minus.
All right, I'm going to say 1520.
Yep, 1781.
Jesus.
Uh,
All right. That was a tough one.
That was a tough one. Australian wildlife conservationist and television personality Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, died on this day, killed by a venomous bull stingray. What year did the croc hunter die? Give or take 5 years.
2005.
Oh, man, you nailed it. 2006.
I just saw a clip. I was thinking about it because it was Norm Macdonald on The Daily Show.
Oh, my God.
Doing a bit to Jon Stewart. I just watched it the other day, so I was backdating Norm on that.
Lived to a ripe old age for a croc hunter. Yeah. American singer Kelly Clarkson became the first winner of the reality television series American Idol on this day in what year, give or take 5 years?
2011.
Oh, I'm so glad I picked 5. 2002.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, all of them are going to be 5 years right now. You ready? Here's the next one. The American search engine company Google Inc. was formally established by Sergey and Larry. They filed their incorporation papers, which created Google. Give or take 5 years. What year did this happen?
2005 again. Same year.
1998.
Shit!
I know. Okay, let's end on a good one. The Price is Right. I did not know it was a revival when Bob Barker first became host. The revival of The Price is Right began airing with Bob Barker as host. It was a huge hit, becoming one of the longest running game shows on American television. So I've kind of given you a hint. So give or take 10 years, when did this revival of The Price is Right with Bob Barker as host start?
1987.
Man, you're horrible. 1972.
Shit. God damn it.
Okay.
Last week I was on fire.
Here's another one. The Ford Motor Company introduced the Edsel, which was perhaps its most notable failure. When did the Edsel get introduced by Ford? Give or take 10 years.
1937.
Whoa, kid. 1957. Do we have to find one that you get right?
Give me one more. I'm going to get the next one.
I got to look for one now. Mother. I see. Oh, you want to take a shot at when Mother Teresa died?
Yeah.
Okay. Give or take 8 years. When did Mother Teresa die at 87 years old?
Mother Teresa died in 2003.
You got it. 1997.
Nice.
All right, let's go out on that. Let's go out on that.
Dead Saints. I've always known Dead Saints. All right, let's move it on. It's time
Obituary.
to do the obituary.
It's recent. Cold off the press. Giorgio Armani died today.
Aw.
Born in Piacenza, Italy in 1934, he was just a young boy when World War II broke out. When he was 9 and on a walk in town with his sister, he happened to listen to how like life was during wartime. When he was out on a walk with his sister, he happened upon some friends who had discovered an unexploded shell. When it caught fire, Armani was engulfed in flames. He spent a month in the hospital and was blinded for a time. He said he closed his eyes and didn't open them again for 20 days. He could smell the linden trees in the hospital because they were in bloom, but he couldn't see them. And it was hard because he wasn't sure he would ever be able to see again. He made a miraculous recovery. He decided to become a doctor. In 1949, he moved to Milan to study medicine. While Armani was called, he called that his home since, and he also died in Milan. Anyway, he was frightened in Milan. It seemed so big and chaotic, blah, blah, blah. After 3 years of studying, he had to pause his medical ambitions for compulsory military service. When he finished, he made a decision to leave medicine, and that's when he became a clerk at a department store, and he became a window dresser there, and that's what started it. But listen to this. His major breakthrough, once he started designing clothes, was in the 1980 film American Gigolo with Richard Gere. Armani dressed Gere's character in those luxurious, more relaxed suits. and introduced a softer form of power dressing to a whole generation. And then get this, he did the opposite to women. He put them, instead of in the looser that clothes that draped on the men, women wore more traditional masculine looks. And it was Armani who designed the suit that Diane Keaton famously wore when accepting the Oscar for her performance in Annie Hall in 78.
Oh, interesting. Dude, Armani, when we were in college and coming out, I guess just getting out of college, I feel like that's when it really kind of like became part of something that I knew. And it really was. This was before there was a lot of different brands. Like Armani was it. And when I got my first Letterman appearance, when I booked it, I went out to Macy's and I bought an $1,800 Armani blazer, and I wore it on Letterman the first time.
$1,800 back then?
$1,800 back then, yep.
That's easily a used car that would work for a long time.
I know. Well, I was just starting to make some money. I had just gotten a deal with Fox, and I had a bunch of money, so I bought it. I had it for 20 years, yeah.
Where is it now? Do you still? I bet you still have it.
It's at the what's the place
Smithsonian?
you go on Main Street in Santa Monica?
Oh,
the thrift place, St. Matthews or something.
St. Matthews, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to funnies.
Let's cheer up.
Hold on, I'm going first. Remember?
Wait, sprinkle. There we go.
I'm going first because here is the Onion headline that I chose for this week. It's a picture of a casket going in the ground, and the Onion headline is "Mourners Unaware That They're Burying Knockoff Giorgio Armani."
That's good.
Perfect.
Last week's comic caption contest had a lot of entries, a lot of really good ones. As you know, this contest involves you guys writing a punchline for the one-frame comic. Send it into fitzdogradio@gmail.com. We're going to pick our favorites, read them off, and then vote on who wins a koozie. By the way, we got everybody. We asked anybody who was missing a koozie over the last year to send in their addresses. We got a bunch of them. Mike, you got them all sent to you?
Yeah, the koozies are not on the East Coast with me, but I vow I'm sending them out when I get back.
Okay, so we got a bunch. Those will be cleaned up.
Which doesn't mean they'll get to these people, because I sent a lot of these people, and a lot got returned. Remember? They were all in my mailbox.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yeah.
Well, this is a life lesson.
Sure is.
Okay, this week's was, it looks like a prosecuting attorney. He's standing in front of the jury box. He's pointing at what looks like a bee who's in the witness box. The judge is behind him looking on, and Dave Harriman said, the judge says to himself, if this bee says one more time, none of your beeswax, I'm going to lose my shit. Bill Hansen said,
hold on. I really like that one. I think he struggled with how to get none of your beeswax in here. Like the judge says to himself. So the judge isn't the one talking in this.
Yeah.
But so I would have done something like, but you're wrong. It was the defendant's beeswax or something like that.
Right.
Something, but you have to get it out better. But I like that he found none of your beeswax.
Bill Hansen said the DNA evidence shows the defendant was buzzing off at the crime scene. All right.
Okay.
Ron said, if you really think this wasp was guilty of grape, then why does he still have his stinger?
Thank you, Ron, knowing the grape situation.
Yes. Darren said, no, fuck you, Cardi B, fuck you.
All right.
Jim said, the facts show this murder was carefully choreographed. He is no bumblebee, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking at a killer bee.
It's pretty good.
Yep. Again, the wording could be tightened up a little bit. Kelly Holmes says, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I meant to call my client honey, not the judge. If anybody knows that reference, there's a famous video
fantastic.
clip of
Yeah. But
some lawyer calling the judge honey.
It's the best.
I
didn't understand why that was that bad. Like, people were like, oh my God, you immediately have to get a new lawyer, all that stuff. But like, it's everyone kind of knows it's like once you get into that, it's a mode, and then you naturally say something when you're in that mode. And I understand the arguments that like he's literally like calling the what, like, you know, he said honey to a judge, first of all. Anyway, go on.
This one comes from Ben L. He says, yet another case involving Sting. Can he not settle with the police outside of court? That's cute.
All right.
He's in the UK, though, so he will not be winning. Stephen Mangram says, the police just harassed my client because he's an African bee.
Pretty strong.
All right, now we had a couple of the same idea, so I'll read them back to back. Tim Dilly said, ask yourself, what would you do if that creature was in your bonnet?
All right.
Mamie said, the Queen lied about the defendant's alibi. CCTV clearly shows him unlawfully entering the victim's bonnet.
A little wordy, yeah.
And then Dave Escondido said, the evidence will show he was wings deep in her bonnet.
Okay.
So I think if you look at those three, Dave from Escondido, it was tight. It had a little phrase. It has some good phrasing to it with wings deep, which I liked. So I would pick those of the three.
All right.
Rich Butchko said, if the stinger is still where he sit, then you must acquit.
All right, Rich. Solid.
Michael Nestor said the courtroom was abuzz until the witness began to bumble and drone on.
A lot of key words in there, yeah.
Nico Lee says, if the bee doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What's Nico thinking there? If the bee doesn't fit?
Yeah. No, the other guy had it better.
Yeah, okay.
Sean from Ontario said, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the murder weapon is still attached to his ass.
Not bad. Yeah, very logical. Very logical.
So it sounds like we liked beeswax, even though the wording could have been better.
I don't know. I always like a race joke. I like the African bee.
I'll give him that. I'll go with you on that. That's a strong one. All right, so the winner this week is Stephen
Mangram, who wants clearly to defund the police.
Yes.
Yes.
So now we'll get to next week's caption is 4 socks, and they are standing outside of a dryer in what looks like a laundromat, and one sock is talking while the other ones are kind of looking around. Do with that what you will.
I love it.
Let's get to some prose. Hagar the Horrible, where children read about a marauding rapist from the 14th century.
Good.
Oh, I just erased it.
Oh, you erased it.
There we go. So now Lucky and Hagar are sitting at the bar, and there's a woman. She looks like a solid B cup, a little perky.
Oh, yeah, they did detail them, yeah.
Her bangs are going over one eye, and she's sitting there kind of smiling. And Lucky goes, I'm a Viking. What do you do? And she goes, I'm an artist. And the next frame, Lucky is looking around. He goes, where did she go? And Hagar goes, she must be an escape artist. Yeah, it's called living in the 14th century in Scandinavia.
Yeah, if all the thousands of women on the shores of other countries were escape artists, I mean,
yes,
it would change the genealogy of the whole planet, really.
You're a grape artist, and she's an escape artist.
Yeah, right.
And now we got the Lockhorns. Leroy and Loretta are sitting in front of a marriage counselor. And she says, since Leroy is always wrong, shouldn't you only charge us half?
It's a joke. It's a joke. I like it.
And then we have a smaller one. I'm going to have to make it larger so I can
You don't
read
have
the
to.
words.
Let's go to Blondie. Save it for next week.
No, I liked it. It was a funny one.
It's kind of breaking a rule then for this section.
So they're looking, Leroy and Loretta are in an appliance store, and she's checking out an oven, and Leroy says to the sales guy, my wife can hardly wait to get it home and void the warranty.
Good stuff.
Oh, let's go to Blondie. She walks through the kitchen, and there's one of those, what do you call those speakers?
Let's call it an Alexa.
It's an Alexa, and the Alexa says, "Hey there, girl, you look great today." And she goes, "Huh?" And he goes, "But are you sure about those shoes? Maybe you should buy new ones today." And she goes, "I don't know if I should be upset that Siri knows too much or happy that was such a good idea."
Oh, it's
Maybe
Siri,
you should
not
be
Alexa.
incredibly sad that it's not a human being in donut pajamas telling you that you look good today. Instead, you have to fucking rely on AI to get any positive reinforcement. She's wearing, by the way, sort of a boysenberry top, not low cut, but the breast is very full looking. She loves that black velvet skirt just above the knees.
Yeah.
Let her go do some shopping. Jesus, she's earned it.
Even with the flats, look at the calf is still defined.
The definition, like two bowling, like the 1 and the 10 pin. Yeah, that's a split I'd like to throw my ball in between.
Okay. Grape Fitzsimmons.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to remind you, Denver Comedy Works coming up September 18th through 20. Also, I would recommend there is a show that we just watched called The Night Agent, which is outstanding.
Yeah.
2 versions. There's a Persian version and there's a British version. I'm going to obviously go with the British version. 'Cause
Perversion?
I don't have to read subtitles.
I don't think I have anything except New York City to promote. I also really enjoyed Boston. Oh, Brockton. I'm just going to promote Brockton.
Brockton, let me just look this up.
They have
real
a
quick
self-storage.
because
Let me tell you, they have a self-storage there.
Brockton, famous boxers. There's a third that we're
Marciano
forgetting.
and Marvelous Marvin. All right, we'll end on a Marvelous Marvin.
I thought there was more. I guess there's only those guys.
So Marvin, here's a quick story. Brickner and I are driving down to the vineyard, and Jack asked us to bring a keg of beer. Keep in mind, we have to bring it on a ferry and then bring it to his house. So it's in the back of my car, which has one of those, we could pull the seat down, not intended, but the seat was broken, and you could get to the trunk. So, of course, we tapped the keg on the drive down. And so we then snake out the tube with the tap on it. So we're doing that. And then there's a joint, and Brickner hands me this like roach, which was hard to pass to me. And it then, no. We had a joint, and it was on the speedometer on the dashboard, and it rolled. And there was a space, I guess, between the like shelf thing it was on and the glass of the speedometer, and it rolled. And I think it was lit, whatever. We're panicking, trying to get it out, and he's reaching in, and we're trying to get this joint out. And as we might have been swerving a little because of that chaos. And I'm driving, and I look over Dan's shoulder, and in the next lane is a giant black Mercedes and Hagler laughing at us. Yeah.
That's great.
Right
That's
in the
great.
next car. Yeah.
I love that we started the podcast with me talking about Dan Brickner snorting crank with me freshman year, and we ended with Dan Brickner smoking a joint with you in the vineyard.
Such a great influence.
Good man.
Such a great influence. Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. I guess we'll see you next week.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
All right.
Every day the news gets a little bit stranger, but Greg and Mike laugh in the face of the danger of getting the facts right. It's just a matter of making you laugh. The Sunday Papers Podcast.